All right.
Let's do this.
So we're gonna jump into the low key conversation for the last episode. Let's just highlight that real quick and then give a summary of really what we think the show is shifting and what's to come. That's basically what we're gonna highlight on. So with that, who want to go first?
I'm going first. This shit. It's a mash pit. Let's go.
No, it's no mosh pit because I'll be knowing still who. Go ahead, Jay.
I mean, listen,
What was your thoughts of it? Like,
Kang.
what do you feel like it was a good place to end the season where it ended as far as what's to come
Well, of
in the
course,
second
you
season?
got right now. Not even the second season. This it's not about the second season right now. It's about Spider-Man, No Way Home right now, and then from that, Wanda, and then from that, the Ant-Man. Because you have to realize you're gonna get Kang the Real Conqueror in the Ant-Man movie. You're gonna get the Conqueror. You're gonna get that version.
Well, that's
Point blank.
absolutely,
Point
absolutely.
blank. I mean,
Well, I mean,
you already have the opening for Far From Home. You got the multiverse. You have all that. I mean, Loki was just perfect. Season two. I mean, hey, it could lead Loki back to the movies of the MCU. I mean, I think the actor was perfect. I think this version of Kang was what we needed. He was the less of evils, like they said. It was
so
perfectly
he
done.
so he was like the reasonable one out of all of them that can actually speak and I guess
Not really
negotiate.
speak. It's not about speaking. I mean, he's a scientist. He's a mad scientist.
Yeah.
He's a mad scientist, and what he was stating was correct. There's different Kangs out there that were helping each other out, and then there's
Well,
other Kangs that wanted to destroy. And he had, warned Loki and Sylvie. Um, like it was perfect. I mean, this guy warned. I mean, me and Chad were talking about it. Like he gave, he really gave Loki the chance. And the time that he needed to be selfish, he didn't. He went to
all right.
love.
All right, boom. That's a perfect segue, right? So let's put a pin in that right there. That's a perfect segue into like the off-camera conversation that me and Chad was having about that particular scene. And what we were saying is that how it was such an interesting dynamic in the sense that here on one side, the variant version with Sophie, she's,
No, Sylvie.
Sylvie, right? Sylvie's like, man, listen, I'm picking the mission over love. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And Loki's over here picking what we never expected. He's picking love over power. Remember, he said, you guys can run this show. See, the Loki we know would have chose power over love in a heartbeat.
Mhm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that was his whole thing. That was, I mean, it was movies of Thor trying to reason with this dude, right? Out of love. And the fact that he just was able to see there's the arc in the character right there, right? That everybody wants to talk about when you talk about scripted television. You want to see the arc of the character.
Mhm.
And this right here is the arc of the character. This is the growth that we were looking for Loki. And it came with 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 the
With
young
Sylvie.
lady. Yeah, the variant. So to see that dynamic happen where, you know, the typical Loki would have chose power over love, this version of Loki is choosing love over power.
Yep.
But I will add this part in. I think it's not just uh what is it again? Sylvie, right?
Sylvie.
Sylvie. I keep messing her name up. It's not just
You can call
Sylvie,
her Chantress, or
Chantress.
yeah,
So
because
it's
that's her actual
actual comic book name.
yeah.
So with Chantress, Chantress. So with Chantress, um, he. Oh damn! I hope I didn't lose my point there. I had it there. I think I lost it. No, but yeah, what the whole point is, he there's a character growth there. And oh, there's the point I was making. I think it's not just her that you can credit that with. You got to definitely credit Morbius with that
Mm-hmm.
because his developed friendship with Morbius allowed him to trust a little more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
That
agree with you.
just gave him the trust that he didn't have in a while because he didn't trust people.
No.
So, you know, once he let Morbius in, it was easy for him to uh let Sylvie in.
Yeah, I think Morpheus is he was definitely key to this whole thing happening. Definitely think that, or the whole key to, Loki developing as a character. We all saw that, But the thing that was messed up, man, like you said, was how he just was able to realize, like, yo, listen, it's not like she said at the beginning. It's not all about you. How she was able to realize that he was able to realize that at the end with Kang and trying to make the good decision, right decision, what he thought was right, and reality is what he thought was right, and, and he trusts his own instincts, and but Kang knew he was all written down. He was like, yeah, the one thing that this dude haven't really faced was pretty much love. He haven't really faced any love, and now he finally see love and kind of chose it and use that to the advantage, yo. Use it straight to the advantage. And the great in Kang, man, Kang is like, man, that variant of Kang, like when you saw at the end with the statue, man, it just made chills because you knew he was like, yo, this dude's about to be evil as fuck. Like,
And you knew it was gonna instantly get dark. But let's talk about the character, right? Let's talk about the guy who played the variant
yeah,
who was. Let's talk about his performance. I mean, JB, what did you think about his
Oh, I was
performance?
high. I was high on it. It was
Yeah,
great.
he was great. He was
It's
great.
just the way he played, the way he spoke, talked. He was great. I mean, his performance to me was amazing. The way he played that scientist role. I mean, like I said, me and Chad were talking about it, and it was like the way he spoke, the way he was like describing every type of variant that's out there. He's some know me as a leader. And then when he said the conqueror, I was like, yo, I got chills the way he said it. And because he's not talking about himself when he was talking about, people call him a leader or a conqueror or what was it? That name they gave him in the show, the last one,
oh,
something to that.
yeah,
What was it?
you're talking about where he says, I am the one who knows all, or the one he what you gonna call it, I
The
am
one
he,
who's left.
the
I
one.
am he.
No, it's like something like I am the one. Ah, fuck is it? He who last or the last one, something like that.
Yeah,
But
he who lies, or something to that matter. It's just that type of variant. Like you could tell he was done. Like he was done trying to control the CVA. He was tired. He really wanted to retire. He
yeah,
really sold it. He sold it to both Sylvie and Loki to take over. Like, listen, you
And
both
that's why
can, you
Loki
both can
instantly.
have your romance. You
Yeah.
both can stay together. You both can control it. You both can have whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? You wanted to control and be a ruler of something. Here you go. And then for Sylvie, you don't want to be, chasing anymore. You don't want to be hiding anymore. Well, now you don't have to. Here you go. You get to control the TVA. That he was just tired. But you could tell that no matter if they chose it or they killed him, he was just done. He didn't want to control the TVA. He was drained. He was tired. He knew that the true conqueror of Kang, of that variant, is coming. No matter what, he knew. And I told Chad, that's the one that's coming in Ant-Man and Wasp. That version is coming. Now, is that version we're gonna get in season 2? Or in season 2, is just going to be something totally different than Kang.
Yeah,
We'll have to
season
see.
two is gonna probably take place right before. It might take right before, right after. It depends on what they do with it.
Yep.
Ant Man, but yeah, you definitely see Kang being just. It's just gonna be. It's really interesting to see how they develop Kang, and then it's like, man, y'all still gotta. It's gonna be crazy when they redo Doctor Doom and the rest of these guys because Kang is going. I already told one of my friends or one of my co-workers, you better start looking at Kang merch and stuff because the way they of Kang, they a lot of people were just so like amazed by him, and of course, some people compared him like the Joker and stuff like that because they saw the I guess
The maniacal.
yeah, calculated
Yes.
ways in him. They felt calculated. How he everything was planned. You seem like everything was planned for them to lead there for them to be there and make a decision on whether they're going to be leaders, take over, or they're just going to kill him, and then that's it. And it's crazy, Now it's just like
I love when he was one part of the scene that stuck out to me. It just and giving kudos to the guy. I don't know the guy's actual name that was playing the variant, but I think he just did such a great job with the role.
Jonathan. I can't remember Jonathan. Not Stewart. This or
Last
John.
name's with the M.
John. I know his first name's John. Go ahead.
Yeah, but he was great, man. It's just like I remember when Sylvie's over here trying to reason or trying to almost lie to herself about the virtue of what she's doing and the mission that she's, afoot. I mean, not afoot, the mission that she's on.
Yeah.
And he's like, who are you fooling? We're all fucking liars. We're all
Yeah.
killers. We're all
Yeah.
terrible people. Like,
Yeah.
what
Oh,
are
I
you
love how
talking about?
listen,
Like, the
I
way
love how
he
he told
literally said
her
that to her.
to
Like,
hush. He's like, yo,
he
shut
literally
up.
said
We're
that to her.
all
Like,
murderers.
we're all fucking murderers. Like, we're all
He's like,
murderers. We're
yo,
all killers. Like, give me a fucking break. Like,
yeah,
what
he
are you
called
talking
her a
about?
hypocrite. He
He
called
called
her
her
a
a
hypocrite.
hypocrite.
I was just like,
Yeah,
yes.
and left.
And that's what
Like
I'm
it was
saying. Like, yo, it's
like
amazing.
what are you even talking about? Are we serious here? That's basically that reaction. It was great. And I was just like, man, this is he. I don't know who this dude is, but he's. I've seen him before in other roles, but I'm like, man, he's nailing this.
The
Yeah.
thing is, when I think of Kang, I think of someone who's very like the true Kang from the comics. He doesn't really, to me, he doesn't have a personality when I think of him. I think of him like a Doom. I think of him as someone like Galactus in a sense when it comes to like the way he speaks and talks. Like a scientist gone mad. Like he's very business. Like I'm gonna rule and that's it. I'm gonna conquer. I'm not here to play games. Where
Yeah.
this variant played that side of like not goofy, not poking fun, but he's like, listen, I know what's coming. Like I'm done. Like y'all not ready.
Yeah. Bro.
It's not like Thanos. Like Thanos wanted in the comics. The thing I like about Thanos, they kind of twisted it up in the MCU because in the comics, Thanos did everything for death.
Yeah.
Death is his love. That's the thing. Like he did everything he did in the comics for love. Like he didn't do it to rule. He didn't care about ruling. He wanted to get death um
Attention.
attention and approval.
Yeah.
And that's why he did what he did. Where like in MCU, it was a little bit like that. He did it because he wanted, to make the world better. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? He didn't do it just because he wanted to rule it. Now you got someone like, Kang, who right now they're building to be the next top villain for the MCU. And it's different because he actually just wants to conquer, straight up conquer. He
Yeah.
doesn't want to play games. He's not here to impress or want to impress or wants to make the world better. No, he just wants to conquer. And that's it. There's no in between. You know, everybody wants Galactus to be the next MCU, but to me, Galactus as a next main villain, it's not worth it. It's
Yeah.
you know, he eats planets. You know what I'm saying? That's all he does. He eats planets. Why do I want that as a main villain? No, you give me somebody like Kang, and then the next one could be Doctor Doom. Because at the end of the day, that's what Doom wants to do too. Doom wants to just rule. He don't care about nothing. He just wants to straight up rule.
Yeah, you
So
don't want to start off with Galactus right now because Galactus
nah,
is just. They're gonna eventually have to bring Galactus in because people are gonna ask what the fuck's up with Galactus, but there's gonna be a way where Kevin brings him in. Kevin brings him in where it's like believable. It's not gonna be some stupid shit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah, he's too
and it's
much of a significant character to not
Yeah.
have.
but you know what? He'll be
Something.
just be straight up. To me, he'll be a straight up
Isn't he a major villain
Fantastic
to?
Four.
Yeah, I was about to say he's a major villain
He'll be a straight
for
up
Silver
Fantastic
Surfer.
Four. Yeah, or what they could do is they could just honestly bring him in with Silver Surfer as because he's pretty much Silver Surfer's like slave.
Yeah. Yep.
That's
Well,
pretty
they
much what
kind
he
of,
is.
but they already kind of introduced him, and Sony kind of already introduced him quasi, right?
No, I
'Cause
mean,
I remember he was
listen,
a slave and all of that to Galactus and all of that in their version.
that's Fox. Listen, we
Oh, Fox, that's Sony.
everything we saw from Fox and everything. That's just remember that's out the window. That's
No, I don't. I know that, but I'm saying the good thing is for Disney is that those who were paying attention when they introduce Galactus, it won't be like, oh yeah, I remember. It's the guy that kind of controls him. Da, da, da. You know what I mean? Because
I see what you
they
said.
did, yeah, because
I see what you're
they did
saying.
introduce him already.
Right.
Yeah, it sucked. It sucked.
Just to have some type of
It's
feel.
the same thing with Deadpool, right? And
Right.
we make fun of the whole Wolverine thing and da 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 da. But
But at the end of the day, they have to.
introduce him. They did introduce him. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like,
No,
and
yeah,
not
but
not in the sense of
it
art. I'm talking about in the sense of the name. That's
Right.
what
yeah,
consumers think about.
but in the
Think
sense of
about
the
the name.
art, they're gonna have to do it in the sense that way as well. I mean, the only thing is, you know, Silver Surfer, they can do it televised, a televised series, but no matter how you do Silver Surfer, you have to make him a slave. I mean, they can build up with, you know, him making the decision to become a slave to save, again, his wife, his child, his planet. They could go that route, but either route you're gonna go with is, they gotta. That's how they're gonna have to do it. I mean, you could do it in Fantastic Four, or you could just do a solo series with Silver Surfer. To be honest with you,
Yeah, you can do a Silver Surfer Soul, but I think versus just slow it down. Let's first let's get the basis of it because that's a whole nother universe. They're gonna
oh yeah.
Star
Yeah,
Wars.
but I don't want to get off topic. We're
I mean,
on
they can still,
Loki.
but hold on, they can still do it with
Yeah,
the Guardians.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
like,
They can still,
so how? So just to get back to Loki, what is? Well, we know Kang is obviously a major part of this. Is that it? Is there more to come? Is there someone else from the previous, you
no,
know,
no,
thing? You know,
they already
there's no
the
more
next
Thor. There's no more Avengers. There's no more none of this. Nobody's
no
making.
Avengers, not for Phase 4. Nah, Phase 5. They already said it.
Oh, we're
Phase
just
4. There's
Kang.
no
And
Avengers.
who else you think? What else is to? Who else as a normal?
There's nothing.
Who
There's
else
nothing
should I
villain.
suspect in season two? What do you think? Who else, character wise, you think is gonna pop up in season two aside
But
from
see,
obviously?
but see, now we gotta wait and see. First of all, we gotta wait and see when season 2 is coming. Number one, because everything is in phases. You see what I'm saying? Like I was talking to Chad, and when I was talking to Chad with the Black Widow movie, remember everybody forgets Black Widow was supposed to be the first Phase 4 introduction. And when I say the first, I'm talking about before Wanda or Cap, before Loki.
right.
Mhm.
So, you know, if you really think about it, Loki, as of right now, would have been your ending of that type of series, introducing a main villain for the phase to come. Now, if you're talking about, for Loki 2, again, we still gotta wait because we don't know if Loki 2 is gonna be in 2022 or in 2023 when season 5, or not season 5, sorry, when phase 5 is supposed to come out.
Yeah.
So that's the tricky part.
I think.
We could go on.
No, I was gonna say. I think we. Yeah, JB's right about that. I think we definitely have to wait only to see because we don't know what they're gonna do with this whole like. Is this gonna take place after Ant-Man, before Ant-Man, or after Ant-Man? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it most likely is gonna take place before Ant-Man. We probably gonna see that. Well, it looks like,
Probably because of how hyped the show
yeah,
was.
yeah.
That's the only reason.
It's probably gonna take place before Ant-Man. But the thing is like, okay, so if it takes place before, we're gonna basically be introduced into Ant-Man probably from this,
Correct.
and probably from there on, because this Ant-Man and Quantum Realm and all this stuff is gonna be a lot of like, there's gonna be a lot of
Scientific shit.
science shit, yeah, a lot of science and timeline stuff that's gonna fly through our fucking heads and shit like that. Like, it's gonna be
Good
really
point.
crazy, really wicked crazy. So
So we're
it's
gonna see Pym. Pym is back. Hank
yeah,
Pym.
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Oh yeah. I mean, listen, man. There's so much that's on its way. I mean, all the other movies right now that we're going to be getting, Spider-Man. We already know it's the Sinister. Probably the development of Sinister Six. Um, as he goes through different multiverses.
Oh man, ain't no Spider-Man
Um,
gonna be definitely. It's gonna, like I said, that title "No Way Home" is gonna be literally sad because he's not. You know they're gonna fuck with Peter Parker. Like, he's not gonna have a way to get home. It's gonna. I think there's gonna be a scene where he literally, like,
he's gonna be stuck somewhere in
he's
a
gonna,
different time
yeah,
zone,
yeah, and he's gonna be like literally like, what do you mean, what's going on? And
and
it's gonna be
they'll go
sad.
on.
I think it's just gonna be really sad how it plays out, yo. It's gonna be really fucked up. Like, they're gonna leave Peter Parker in this no way home shit, and he's gonna be real fucked up.
Yo,
But
they gonna really do
Which,
that? You think they gonna do that to people?
hell yeah,
what do you mean to
Like,
do
you
that?
think they
That's
gonna
the
wait?
whole. But that's
you
the
look how
that's the whole
Loki ended.
point.
Look how
Wait, so
That's the
Loki.
they
whole point, though. That's the whole
so you
point of
think
the
they just
movie.
gonna jettison him and then boom, slide in Miles?
No,
No.
I
See,
think there's
Oh,
going to be a part in Spider-Man where, when you saw Loki, you saw how Loki was, what shocked he was. But granted, he was prepared for that shit. But you saw how shocked he was when he realized, oh shit, they don't realize who I am. Oh shit, I'm in another timeline. Now imagine telling that to a kid. There's going to be a moment where Peter Parker probably going to he's probably going to see fucking his uncle again, Ben. They
yeah.
don't fuck with him.
I
I'm trying.
mean, listen, that could be a possibility.
Yeah.
My thing is, um, a lot of people since the break of the movie, and everybody's expecting Venom 2 to be coming out this year, and so on. So there's a lot of questions to Kevin regarding will we see Venom and MCU's Peter Parker, and to Kevin's doesn't like to obviously give any hints or anything like that. He stated anything is possible. So what better way to having Peter Parker, Tom Holland's Peter Parker, to not find his way back home to his universe, and have him be stuck in Venom Sony's multiverse.
Yeah, it's going to
And
be
like
interesting.
I told Chad, yo, Venom 3 or Spider-Man 4 combination, maximum carnage. Venom needs Spider-Man at the end of the day to defeat Carnage. So why not?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting too to see if they um damn, I just lost my train of thought. It's gonna be interesting too to see if they
If they merged the three.
Yeah, they definitely gonna murder 3, but they're gonna.
No,
Oh,
they're doing it. They just don't know
yeah,
when or when.
I was gonna say too. I just lost my train of thought. Go ahead though. I just lost it.
Yeah, no, it's coming. I mean, they already, Kevin already said it. Sony made the deal. It's happening. Now when we don't know. How it's gonna happen, nobody knows. But why not take the No Way Home and make sure he doesn't go back home? He
Yeah,
gets stuck in some other universe. Why not? Like Chad said, it's gonna. They're doing it. They just don't know
yeah.
when or when.
I was gonna say too. I just lost my train of thought.
If listen, we could all be wrong. He could probably go back home. Who knows? But you could easily end it and solid. Us as customers and fans, we can't get mad at it
You know what?
because you made the deal. You got all these multiverses, and you got the title, No Way Home. So if he can't go back home to where, he's used to, and now you have him stuck in San Francisco where there's a, freaking Venom and Carnage outbreak, hey, why not?
You know what's interesting, and people. I'm wondering if it all ties in. It depends, but remember literally the part where Wanda hears her kids. I wonder if they're gonna tie that in. Literally, the part where that multiverse happens, like when Wanda hears her kids screaming in that universe, is literally when Loki is dealing with Kang. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if that's all gonna connect. That's gonna be interesting to see if they do that. Because I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that would be interesting, being that that Wanda is a household name now.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Everybody wants to know what's gonna happen to Wanda.
Yeah,
Um,
Wanda is kind of a big deal now. I'm talking about, and again, every time I talk, it's from a consumer's perspective.
right.
I just like to, I look at myself as the, general consumer. So I like to always kind of go in with that perspective first. Obviously, I do know some things about comics and stuff, but I'm not as in depth.
Right.
But I always go in looking at it as a consumer, looking at the art. So
And
yeah,
they need to use her to bring the mutants.
I mean
That's
she's
what I
hot,
want.
man. Listen, as in like the wrestling business right now, she's she's white hot right now.
I just need her
So
to do not a
she's
Wanda
over.
and
She's over, as they say in the wrestling business. She's
Yeah,
over.
she's over. Yeah.
yeah, I don't need her to do a Wanda and Vision season 2. I need a Wanda season 2. Bring me Polaris, man. Bring me my Polaris, and then that's it. She don't know that she had a sister. Boom, you have a sister. Oh, here's your real father. All right, boom. And then this is your brother. He's alive. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I
Let
think
her do.
they could tie that into like the universe, like
Yeah.
in a way where it's like not it's like I said, really believable. Then yeah, I definitely think that's gonna be something where it's like we need to see this, Chuck. We need, cause again, as an average comic book, the comic book fans, if the comic book fans if they see uh Wanda and Magneto together, I'm telling you right now, from the average comic book
Oh
fan,
man.
or
Oh my god.
and they see a storyline, and then they're gonna all be like, "Yo, X-Men is
Even
coming."
that. Listen, you trying to make people's heads explode.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Yo," people are gonna be like, "Yo, X-Men is coming." That's for one. That's what they're gonna say. And two, they're gonna be like, "Yo, I didn't even." Some people are not even gonna know that, and they're gonna find out. They're gonna be like, "What? What the hell?" And it's cool because that's what the whole purpose of this is. It's like it's showing you that, yo, for one, these TV series are very important because these TV series are explaining the hell out these characters. I like how Kevin was like, "Oh, you don't really need to watch the TV series." Okay, everybody gonna watch. Everybody knows Loki saw something special in Loki, and they're gonna be like, "Yo, you need to watch this." I mean, Wanda alone had 24 nominations. Like Wanda was that damn good.
Like, I mean, like that's what I'm saying, on the consumer front, as far as the general public and just mass media is concerned, Wanda is a actual certifiable hit as far
Right.
as Hollywood is concerned. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's talk about we talk about The View. We talk about average mother effers who don't know nothing about this.
Nothing.
Wanda is like that big now.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
I said, they don't. Nobody even knows about Polaris.
No, they don't know about Paris, but the thing is,
They don't. They didn't. They don't even know. They didn't know crap about. They don't know crap about nothing. That's the
yeah,
thing. And the fact is, they don't know crap about nothing, but they know Wanda now.
yeah. So like Wanda opened doors and like the television shows, the Wandas, the is going like the She-Hulks, and when we get like
She's like the star of this now.
yeah,
Like I think she's actually that shit did so well that I don't think it. I don't think they thought it would have done as well as it did
I keep telling people,
because they were
Not
all
ready.
Loki was being set up as
right,
the one that was going to take this next level or take us into the next level, right? Remember last year it
I
was
don't
all
think that.
I thought so because
No. Last year,
all right, hold up,
no.
wait. So let me just get this off real quick. So most people, because going off of Loki's success in previous movies, I mean he's been in practically every goddamn Avengers movie. Like it's been Loki's the guy, right? So everybody once people found out Loki was coming out with his own series, boom, everybody was expecting the Loki thing. Everybody was excited about the Winter Soldier and all that, but you know, everybody was excited about Loki. Now,
right,
Wanda series came out. We was like, oh, that's interesting. Okay,
right,
all right. Let's see what happens. It's Disney, it's Marvel Universe. Vision's in there somehow. Uh, we know he's dead, but okay, that's just all right.
right,
And at the time they released it, we like in the middle of the pandemic, or we're about turning the corner from the pandemic. So they weren't expecting it to do what it did.
right,
So now, fast forward to make my point, it's like the universe flipped upside down because it went from Loki being a priority, in my opinion, as a normal consumer. It went from Loki being the priority to now all this new popularity that Wanda amassed. Now it's Wanda's the fucking priority.
right.
So how does Wanda get tied in later on to this tree of whatever? So that's how I think about it. And that's how
I see what Chuck's saying. Like,
I think that's how average viewers look at it.
No, I see what you're saying. I just, for me, for when it comes to like the shows, I don't think there was too much hype and a lot. I think that, yeah, Loki, as far as maybe the name, um, I just, like I said, for me, when it comes down to Wanda herself, I don't know, I just think nobody expected it to be like that. That's where we're trying to get at. Yeah, that I admit. When it comes to that, I don't think anybody truly thought it was going to be that great of a series. But I will say that the only thing that Wanda, in a sense, is providing us is just the hype, in a sense, for Doctor Strange.
well, I think more. I think more than that. I think Wanda gave us more of a the. It's not just the hype for Doctor Strange. It's also too the sense of the series itself. For me, gave me a sense of wow. We don't have to just think of the typical comic book movies of being just of this one thought of yo, like kind of like
There
opposite
you
of
go. You're
so
going there. You're going there. Yep. There. Yep.
not just gonna be about
Mm-hmm.
typical fighting and shit like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
we're literally like it's right off jump. We're like, why are we watching this black and white series of Wanda? Like, what the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck are y'all doing? And how it was so well scripted that they put everything together, and because it was what she was going through, and for the kid, I was like,
And
holy
then it started to. It was so perfect. These guys
shit.
are like geniuses working over there in the offices of Disney.
Yeah.
Because again, look at where they released it. Right. This is around the holidays, right?
Yep.
And we're like, we're still in the middle of the pandemic. We're trying to turn the corner. The vaccines aren't out yet, and you know, Wanda touched everything because it was slowing the pace down.
Yeah.
Said,
Yep.
okay, let's slow down.
Yep.
And then it touched so many different things. It we got to the action,
Yeah,
but touching on mental health.
yeah.
We
It
were
touched,
in a pandemic. What was the biggest thing and what is still the biggest thing? Mental health.
yeah.
So
It was,
people felt Wanda on so many different levels and so many deeper levels than just the art. And
yeah,
then you go into the art, you're like, all right, obviously it's beautiful. Jesus. You could. Wanda's one of the few shows that look expensive.
yeah. No, no,
Like except and like it's only a few shows that look expensive.
yeah.
Like Wanda's one of the few,
It's
and I say
def-
another one off the top of my head is Westworld. Like
yeah.
Westworld last season was like every episode looked like it cost $20 million.
You could
But
just tell Wanda looked expensive. Right? It was like, yo, where are they getting some of this shit from? Like this and this and that, and like just
and then
the
you sit there, you think you're like, oh yeah, it's Disney. It's
yeah,
Disney.
just the amount of detail. I mean, just the amount of detail off rip. I felt like we saw off rip with Wanda. I was like, yo, we about to see something special with these Disney series because the amount of work they just put into Wanda, you knew they were going to put into all their other stuff, and
Yeah.
that was the most impressive thing
And,
about
and,
it,
and
man.
real quick before I forget, I think also Disney is they are hearing the rumbles again, talking as a general consumer, and this is stuff that I've heard from other general consumers as far as viewers. And there is this thing like it's rumble this the thing the superhero fatigue is real.
Yeah, yeah,
People are getting tired of
yeah,
all of this, and all this other. It's
yeah,
cool, I
yeah.
but the general consumer is getting tired of it, and
Right,
Disney knows this. This is why Wanda plays another part because
right.
it slowed the pace down.
I,
It started to show people it was experimental. Don't make no mistake about it. I think that shit was. I think the Wanda series, yes, they wanted to use it as a device to go further on to other storylines. But make no mistake about it, the way they shot it, I feel like it was some experimentalness, some experiment to it because they
right,
didn't know how people was really going to react to it.
right, right.
So it is genius in their part because of when they released it. So let's say Wanda didn't get it wasn't. Let's just say Devil's Advocate, it wasn't a flop, but it wasn't as well received.
Right.
It's fine. You know
No,
what? Disney would be fine because they say, yeah, we released it around Christmas or whatever they released it, and we're fine. It doesn't really matter because we have Winter Soldier coming, and we still have our golden child Loki still coming.
right. Exactly. Yep.
So they was playing with free money. It was again free money, and they went to the casino and gambled with free money with low expectations, and the motherfuckers hit again.
Hit big. Hit, hit, hit big with Wanda because Wanda alone, I mean, just the amount of character, just the her, just with her vision alone, people were just so fascinated by it. They were like, "Yo, like you could just do this with Vision and her alone." Like, I can only imagine what else you could do with your other characters. Like, because again, that storyline we were expecting Mephisto. Like, look how many mind tricks they played on us. We were waiting for Mephisto. We got Quicksilver. It was like, what the fuck? And then we got Helga. Like, we were like, what? And we
Well,
got we got both of the
she will be
sons.
back the MCU because Kevin already said it because a lot of people want her back.
We got both of the sons. You know what I mean? Like, like this is what I'm saying. Like, it's just really good to see that, y'all don't have to just do the whole superhero gimmick. Y'all could go to this route, show us other characters, and on top of that, you could give us a good damn story that's not just about fucking superhero shit. It's like, we felt for Wanda, period. We felt for Wanda because her life was like, show this girl can't win. She can't win. She can't win at all. And now we get to see that shit, man. I'm telling you, man. And we get to see that shit in Doctor Strange. How she develops. Come on, man. We just saw her whole breakdown. We literally just saw her like pretty much her final. That was her final breakdown, really. If we really want to look at it, That was probably her final breakdown until like because she had the one where she lost her family. She thought then she lost her brother. Now she lost her love and her kids. What else she got to lose? Telling you, man, this is gonna be some stuff we about to see.
She ain't got nothing to lose. Nothing at all.
No, nah, man. And then imagine her getting paired up with Kang, the evil Kang, or somehow her Kang like each other. Mess. Oh, come on, Jay. We about to see
Yeah, but
some.
that we're not gonna get. I don't see that right there.
Why not? Why not?
However, I do.
Why not? Who's to say that? Who's to say that she don't? Or you don't even have to see her pair up with her, but she can even mention that and saying, "Yo, I really appreciate. If it wasn't for him opening these portals this timeline, I wouldn't be able to get my kids." And she might agree with what he's doing. And for us, just that line alone, that just shows you that she's on a different level.
I honestly, I think that we're not gonna see of Kang, but we're definitely gonna get Mephisto or oh, what's the other
We know
cat?
we're getting like for sure. We know we're
That's what
getting.
I'm saying. That is gonna. She's gonna say something like that with Nightmare
See, I disagree.
or Mephisto. I don't listen. Kang to me, Kang's not gonna come out of Doctor Strange and Wanda.
See, I
That
disagree.
that's that I don't. I just don't see it at all.
I don't see anything. I disagree if she mentions, even if they mention, because we did.
Because she's the Nexus. She remember, she don't need Kang.
Yeah, but how did the whole timeline happen? They're gonna have to mention that.
It could be from her. Remember, she's the Nexus, bro. She's the Nexus.
I,
She is a Nexus. Kang only has to worry about the whole Loki situation and all that. When it comes to Wanda, she don't need Kang.
but what I'm
She makes
saying,
her own. She makes her own thing.
I'm saying to you is if they just mentioned in Loki alone, they just mentioned Dracula, Creeds, and what's the other joint? They just
Well,
mentioned
that's with the TVA, of course. Yeah, introducing with the TVA and what
and then
they
in
come in
Falcon and Winter
contact with.
Soldier, they were mentioning X Men and Fantastic Four.
Well,
Who's
of
that
course.
say that she can't mention this dude can't, or just say since the timeline or something, even in realms to that she saw, even if she saw it, and everybody she said people think it was him or this people think it was the conqueror, but it really wasn't him, it was me. Even if she was to say that, that just shows you motherfuckers, y'all gotta listen, y'all gotta watch all this shit, y'all gotta pay attention to all this shit, because you ain't paying attention, you're slowly missing out on what is there's some shit going. Yeah, man, listen.
I just don't. For me, I don't see a strange movie having a contact with King as a whole. I see it touching bases of you know multiverses. Yeah, but
I'm gonna tell you,
King as a conversation thing in it, nah.
I don't put nothing
I
past.
just think I mean I don't put nothing against Disney, but honestly I see that movie being straight up dark, straight up either Nightmare, Mephisto. Obviously, we already know that she will be one of the main villains in Strange, as well as darn, I forgot the actual villain's name, but that I see that happening. I definitely don't see anything with Loki touching base with that. Now, maybe in Spider-Man, probably,
Oh,
but
I won't be
I don't
surprised.
know.
I won't be surprised if we see. I
Now, do
don't.
I see her maybe in Loki too? Probably.
I don't know. Like right now, dude, I'm seeing a lot of stuff right now, and like I said, nothing surprises me. I'm more. When it comes to Marvel, nothing surprises me. I'm more surprised with the freaking NBA season and the Bucks and Suns being in the finals than I am with Marvel joint right now. Because Marvel's putting everything out there. Like they put, like we're seeing Abomination remade. Like what? Like what? Are we really seeing this? Or I thought Abomination was done. You're about to see Thunderbolts. Are you serious? Like, I don't know, man. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I gotta see what that movie brings. Oh, I can't wait to the Internals.
Even with the Eternals, it's like, what are we gonna get with that? You know what I mean? What are we gonna get with that movie? What are we getting? Like, and even Eternals, what that might happen. That might happen after this timeline. You know what I mean? That might show something in the timeline. They may be coming to help out with that timeline, period, because they know it's so fucked up. No one ever even thought about that because remember they mentioned, about helping out Captain America and everybody. Why are they coming into the picture all of a sudden?
See, when it comes to the whole timeline thing, I don't think the timeline is going to be again the main aspect of the movies and different series. I think it's just a nice introduction to show the world that there's different multi universes and to bring different characters or introduce characters.
Well, why did
Um,
why did the Internals then mention?
well, no, the Eternals didn't mention timeline. Eternal just mentioned that they've been there
No, they
through
America and
through everything.
Captain
Well, yeah,
America.
because again, they were the first gods. That
Right.
the only thing about the Eternals, they've been there from. In my opinion, that's a good introduction for the mutants because it's the whole Egypt. They got there with Egypt. They helped them build pyramids and so on and so on. And they've been there through the Captain America, World War One, Two, Three. All these wars has been out there. And they knew about Thanos, but they didn't want to interfere. But now they feel like it has to because of what happened with Thanos and everything that happened because of that.
Right, and
But it's not. But it's not going to contact though the whole timeline. I think that's separate.
I don't know.
The
Man, they mentioned
the multi. Tell me, man. The multiverse. That's just is. It's exactly what WB Warner Brothers is trying to do with bringing everything connected. They just doing it the wrong way, and Marvel's not.
I just because I think they
Because I
possibly.
think you're focused. I think you're more focused on the timeline, like that. Just bringing Phase 4 into the whole thing. See,
No,
that's
it's not
where.
in the phase 4 and the whole thing, but I definitely think the timeline, like when they say, "Oh, we know Captain America," and they mention Avengers, I'm like, well, what? Why the fuck are they mentioning this shit? Like, what? Why are they mentioning
Because that's
Avengers?
how long they've been here.
Well, okay,
That's what that's the whole reason between the Eternals.
well, okay,
That's
so
what we were talking about with Chad. I mean with Chuck earlier about how are we the only human beings in the galaxy.
well, they
That's why
mentioned,
Eternals are the ones that
Facts.
quote unquote, you know,
well, that's what I'm saying. They
boom.
mentioned the Avengers, so that means they're in current times. Am I correct?
They're going through that timeline. It's just
What?
that timeline, not current timelines. The
So,
timeline that the blip and all that is just that one timeline.
so again, but if they're going through just that one timeline, they probably know about the multiverse. That's what I'm saying. There's something for them to even mention it, even in that timeline. There's something tied in.
See, you're thinking outside the box, which is great. You're
There's
definitely
something.
thinking. I know where you're trying to come at, but I don't think it's that. If you're thinking outside the box, you're asking why are they talking about Cap, but they have to. That's the whole point of the Eternal movie. The whole
Mm,
point of the whole movie is why didn't they help with Thanos?
right. Well,
That's the whole point of this movie. It's gonna explain why they didn't, how long they've been here.
and I'm telling you, man.
They have all this power and they never took advantage of helping. Which
I,
if they knew about Thanos, why didn't they help during the blip? Why did they stay back? Why
yeah,
they didn't want to?
I do think
You had Guardians helping, but you didn't have these people helping.
I do think Captain Marvel is going to play a part in that too. I do think she's going to play a part with the Eternals. I do think that. I do. I firmly believe there's something where they even know she's going to be the biggest, have the most powers in all the universe. They're going to play a role in that. We're going to see that how that plays out. But there's a lot of man. I don't know, man. I don't know, Jay. There's a lot of stuff with that Eternal movie. Like people aren't really because we're not. I'm like, no, they're not. It's not a real hype movie, but they're gonna make it. They're gonna make it more hype. You know how Marvel gets? It's like, oh, we're not gonna be hype. They're not really hype for this, but we're gonna make them hype for this. Because the Eternals don't really. I don't feel that same thing what Charles is saying.